Okay, let me paint y'all a picture. The day was June 16th, 1995. I had just come out of seeing Batman Forever in theaters, and Nintendo Power number 74, the July 1995 issue, was waiting for me in my mailbox. And Donkey Kong Land was on the cover. Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy. Okay, now to understand how big of a deal this was, let's take a step back to the year before, 1994. In 1994, Donkey Kong Country was a graphical powerhouse for the Super Nintendo. It looked like Toy Story, but a year before Toy Story. And they said it used a new technology, Advanced Computer Modeling, abbreviated to ACM. Now, it's a cheat, of course. Basically, make the 3D model, but instead of rendering the 3D models in the system, because, the Super Nintendo really couldn't handle that, animate it with a fancy computer, and the marketing said this was the same computers that made the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, and then take screens of each frame of animation, and those are your frames for your sprites, your animation cells, basically. And because they were based on the 3D models, they have shadows and far more colors than a pixel artist would be able to normally make. Mortal Kombat also used a similar approach in the years before, which was film live-action video and then scale it down to fit on the Super Nintendo specs, which was 256 colors simultaneously, which is also, fun fact, the color limit for animated GIFs. It looks fine, but you know how GIFs are. They're not high definition. And for the Super Nintendo, though, Donkey Kong Country's advanced computer modeling worked. So what's the next logical move? Well, make a version of that same beautiful game with its fancy 3D shading on the Game Boy. A system as powerful as a calculator and capable of showing just 4 colors: black, dark gray, light gray, and white. It's Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy. Even Nintendo's self-published propaganda magazine, Nintendo Power, was incredulous. Advanced computer modeling on the Game Boy? When pigs fly! And they were right to doubt it. The game looks like a mess. If you're already familiar with what the Super Nintendo game looks like, you can tell what they're going for, but all the characters look like blobs of gray. The backgrounds are too busy. They're trying to ape the 3 shades of gray on the Super Nintendo's 3D lush backgrounds. It's a mess. If this game was being made from scratch for the Game Boy, there's no way that anyone would go for this art style. It would have been animated sprites of DK and Diddy, and it would have looked like Wario Land or Kirby. It would have been beautiful. It would have been great. It would alas. It's important to note, though, that Donkey Kong Land is not a port of Donkey Kong Country. It's a wholly original game with just similar level mechanics, power-ups, and enemies. And you may say, well, there's 2 other Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo that don't look like hot garbage. Why don't I just play those instead? Well, the weird thing about the Donkey Kong Country series is that it changed protagonists in every entry. So in the first game, your characters are Donkey and Diddy Kong. Second game, Donkey Kong's out. He's been kidnapped. Playable characters are Diddy and Dixie Kong. In the third and final Donkey Kong Country, Diddy and Donkey are both out. Out. Bye. And then you play as Dixie Kong and Kiddy Kong. So the title character, Donkey Kong, is not playable in 2/3 of the Donkey Kong Country games. So if you like the original Donkey Kong Country, and if you like specifically playing as Donkey Kong, this is more of that. And there's no story given in the actual game, but the instruction manual does give a suitably bonkers pretext for the game. So Cranky Kong, he's the old Donkey Kong. Some people in the lore think he may have been the original Donkey Kong from the original arcade game, that fought Mario. And he tells Donkey and Diddy that the only reason people like the original Donkey Kong Country is because it had nice graphics. And the true challenge would be if they made a fun game on the Game Boy. So Cranky says he's going to call up the final boss, King K. Rool, because, he can do that, I guess. And he's going to steal all of Donkey Kong's banana hoard, and he's going to force Donkey to go get all his bananas again. And that's the official in-canon reason why we're here. So if we're being honest, once you get past the graphics, Donkey Kong Country and Land aren't, really that complicated. It doesn't cover much new ground than your standard platformer. You run left to right, you jump on bad guys, you ride animal friends, you swim in the ocean, you swing on ropes, you know the drill. And it's all here in the Game Boy Donkey Kong Land. Well, okay, Donkey Kong Land doesn't have the minecart levels, but those were terrible. So I actually call that a point in the win column for Land. But I must admit, it's not all sunshine and lollipops, though. The controls feel stickier and less smooth than the Super Nintendo game. The graphics are zoomed in, so you can't see much around you, and sometimes you have to make blind jumps. And saving is also weird in Donkey Kong Land. But not weird how it was like in Donkey Kong Country. Because in Donkey Kong Country, you visited a sexy, beautiful chimpanzee in a swimsuit. Her name was Candy Kong. She blew kisses at you. And that's how you saved. So, that's weird. But she's not here. Candy Kong's bye-bye. Instead, the only way to save your progress is to gather the 4 letters of Kong, K-O-N-G, scattered throughout a level. And if you don't find them all, too bad, so sad, you're not saving this time. Go find them in the next level. And then you can save. And Donkey Kong Land, though weirdly does retain some of the more bespoke elements of the Super Nintendo game, there is a unique item that's only in a few levels of country. It's a steel barrel, and you throw it against a wall, and you hop on, and Diddy or Donkey will ride it and be like, whoa, as they mow down enemies. And that is in Donkey Kong Land too. So they made a whole separate sprite animation just for this, and they put it in this Game Boy game. There are actually even a few new elements to the Donkey Kong Land game, including a flying pig. You see, when the Nintendo Power cover said, ACM on Game Boy, when pigs fly, that was an allusion to this flying pig. It was a very funny joke, and only a cultured 10-year-old such as myself even caught that joke. At the end of the day, Donkey Kong Land is still an ugly game. But if you love Donkey Kong Country and you want more, and I understand that, Donkey Kong Land is a reasonably competent level expansion to Donkey Kong Country. And as of 2022, it's still available on the Nintendo 3DS as an eShop download. You can get it right now. Thank you for watching That Was a Game, and we'll see you again next time.